Welcome back to another driver spotlight here. I have a driver out of Rochester, New York. He has actually been with the platform since 2020, September to be exact. We have Greg King joining us today. Welcome, Greg.
Sure.
Well, right now, Greg has taken over 300 deliveries with DeliverThat, and so far it has totaled up to be over $100,000 worth of food delivered. Wow, that's amazing, Greg. So my first question to you is, how did you even get started in the gig economy itself?
Well, I got started after I sold my business back in 2016. I
Okay.
had my own delivery snack business, and I decided that I'd like to stay on the road. And after I sold that, and I just started up with the local, with your DoorDash, your Grubhub, Roadie. There's a bunch of different ones. I just started up with a few, and then ran into you guys, and you guys, not to put you on a pedestal, but I'm going to. You guys are my number one company at this point in time because it's nice to have things scheduled. You're one
Oh,
of very few that have it that way, which is really nice.
well, awesome. We're glad to have you and your hard work and dedication on our platform. So thank you. And it shows you have a lot of background, with doing delivery. So how was that transition from owning your own delivery company and then actually, just becoming a driver yourself?
Well, I look at it in the same light because I treat it like it's my own business. You're meeting new people all the time in this business, and you're delivering to different places, and you're picking up at different places all the time. And it's just it's the people. I mean, got great people I'm picking up from, and great customers I'm dropping off at, and I just it's called catering, and that's what I like to do. I like to cater to people and help them, and it's just my thing. Um, don't really know what else to say.
No, no, that's your thing. I get it. That's your
Delivering is my
passion.
thing. It is. I just enjoy it very much.
That's awesome because I get a lot of drivers, they do other platforms like you do, but one thing I do hear a lot is they don't have the headache from the customer. The customer's like just generous. Just
Yes.
really, it's rarely rare that I have an incident where a customer and a driver, maybe a restaurant and a driver, but rare from a customer and a driver.
Right. Right. Well, I've seen that the customers are all great here in Rochester, and it's funny. We've got the Buffalo Bills here, and I know that since we picked up Wegmans here, things have really taken off for us. And I know that the Buffalo Bills locally here, which are 10 miles from where I live, are partnered with Wegmans, and it's just kind of runs full circle. I mean, I worked at Wegmans when I was 20 years old, and here I am back working out of Wegmans in a
Wow.
sense again, which is kind of cool.
That is real cool. That's gonna be my next question is, have you went full circle since you've been delivering? Have you went back to any other customers you used to have? But hey, going back to a places you used to work is cool.
Well, when I had my own business, I had 3 counties, and I had everything from nursing homes, grocery stores, corner stores. It didn't matter. Whoever was buying snacks or buying product, I mean, I took a business, not to toot my own horn, but I took a business that was worth about 35,000 and turned it into a six-figure business as I throughout the
Wow.
year when I did own it, and, that was my game, just to add on as much as I could to the point where I had to sell part of it off because I couldn't handle it. It got too big. And then, like I said, I got older, body's kind of breaking down a little bit, and time to go. But that's why this is perfect for me because I do have somewhat some disabilities. Nothing super major, but I can do this kind of job and do it to 100% with my disabilities. So that's what I like about it.
That's incredible to hear actually. I get some drivers where it's just a part-time thing for them. Some drivers they make six figures in this gig world and just, drivers like you. I just like to work. I want to work. And it's why not do this?
I'd love to fill my schedule with you guys, but I don't think I played enough video games to get my trigger finger fast enough. So I'm kind of thinking that what we need to do is, when you get to be my age, you got to give us a handicap of maybe 1 or 2 seconds prior to everybody else, and so it's a little fair playing ground. But no, I enjoy it, and I get frustrated and want to bang my head against the wall when I can't get a job. But there's always more coming. I mean, that's what I got to keep in mind. You miss one here, you miss one there, but you end up getting what you need.
Good. And I will say this, Greg, we have already started putting systems in place that's actually going to totally eliminate the rat race that you guys are having with grabbing jobs. So it's coming. Believe me, we already started that process in certain areas. We just keep testing it out, and each week we're gonna keep, sending it to different areas that need it.
Sounds great. I wanted to mention there's a new restaurant that opened up here and that they didn't have a catering service yet. And I got with the owner and I sent you guys in the information. And I just thought, we're the guys that are out there and we're the people that represent the company. And it's kind of nice to be able to build it if you can on your own and get customers in your area, that you can add on as you go along. So that's what I do. I talk. I'm a talker. You're going to see that. I ramble, but I
Me
enjoy that.
too.
That's kind of my whole life. I sometimes I talk too much or say the wrong thing, but it's just who I am.
I don't think you're gonna say the wrong thing so far.
You never know. Sometimes I got to check myself. So it's all right.
Well, let me ask you this: how did you find us? How did you find Deliver That?
I can't really be honest with you. I can't remember exactly. I know I came across you in an ad or something and then went ahead and applied. Um, plus I probably went into the app store and looked at driving apps and saw what was out there. And
Mm.
like I say, I've got 7 apps on my phone. So I mean, if I'm not doing one of you guys with one of your deliveries, I'm, hooked up doing something else for somebody else.
Well, can I say this? Ask you this: did we meet your expectations when you first started?
When I first started, things were a little slow at first. As far as I didn't really have any expectations about how it was because I already knew the business, so I knew what I was doing. It's just a matter of doing something different, as far as the size of orders being a lot higher than they are. I mean, you do a Grubhub order 20, 30, $40, and now you're doing these two, three, $400. It's much in the same, but I also, when I bring my deliver that deliveries to customers, I do throw the offer of, can I set it up or can I do anything extra to help you out before I go? I try to say that to let them know that, that's what we do. We're catering to you. But since COVID, I can see that the majority of customers, at least in my area, when you drop it, they just want you to leave. They just would like to set it up themselves, not to be negative, but that's what I'm finding out, that most people want to set up their own setups, and I don't end up getting a lot of pictures of setups because of that. But it's okay. I mean, I ask if they'd like me to do it, and if they don't, then I don't end up doing it. But
Even if you don't, I get it because the whole COVID thing, but just try to find your way to even say, hey, just part of my thing. Can I just take a picture of it sitting on the table, or just just for
that's what I
yourself?
do. I make sure there's always a photo, no matter what. Unless it goes into a secured area where I can't go, which happens quite a bit when I do things in the city.
Mm,
They're more secure there, and when you're bringing stuff into places, they don't allow you to go in. So you're just handing it off to somebody else, or they're meeting you at the door.
got you.
But no, I mean, I always extend that option to them, that I'm more than willing to help you out and set anything up for you guys.
I was gonna say you definitely let us get to know you, Greg, being a gig economist here in this gig world. But I'm gonna switch gears here, and I want to get to know you outside of being Greg, the delivery driver. So I kind of think I know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. Would you say you're more of an extrovert or introvert?
I bounce back and forth. To be honest with you, I do. Sometimes I'm right out there, and then there's other times I got my tail between my legs. And go figure. I mean, I don't know, you know. But I guess it all, we're human. It all depends on how I feel each day. But I try to smile and put the best in front of me, no matter what the situation, and just try to be positive about everything. Like when I miss an order, I'll sit there. I might say this or say that and vent in my car, and after 5 minutes, I'm over it. And I
Right.
just like today, I sent a message. I sent a text message today. I missed like 8 of them, and I couldn't figure out why. And I just, I've got my thumb on the thing. I'm holding my phone, and I'm like, okay, what do I got to do? I got to buy maybe a big computer so I can expand that accept button, so I could make sure that I don't miss it. But I don't know. No,
Oh
it's
gosh.
common. And the other thing is too, my wife just signed up recently, and she wants to get involved somewhat. My son has already been on for with you guys for some months. His wife is signing up, so we're gonna making it a family thing up here.
All right, we got the Ledbetters. Now we got the Kings on board.
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of people up here wanting to do it. And I tell people about you guys, even though I know that when I'm telling people they're signing up and it's competition for me, I tell people about it all the time when they ask me questions about it. I show them the app and show them how to, this is where you got to go, how you got to sign up, because I just think it's a positive experience. I mean, it's perfect for me at my age. Let's put it that way.
There you go. And I don't think it's. I think I had a discussion with a coworker about the competition thing. I don't think it's so much more competition if we continue to bring more partners in your area to bring that volume so you guys can all eat. It's enough for everybody to share.
Sure,
That's
sure,
how I look.
sure.
So let me ask you this: what skill would you most like to learn, if anything, at this time?
Oh, that's a tough one. What I like to learn, probably. Oh, that's a tough one. Well, in sales, I mean, I'm not a know-it-all by any stretch, but I mean, what I'd like to learn, how to be better each and every time. That's all. Just if there is issues that any people do have, just to squash them. Just for troubleshooter a little bit. I mean, I always ask people, I go, is there anything else I can do, or just
Mm-hmm.
this, that, whatever? Or, are you enjoying the service? I mean, just as far as learning, I'm not quite sure.
Got you. No problem. What is the worst career decision you have ever made?
Leaving Wegmans 40 years ago.
Wow. Why would you say that?
Well, because I was a baker at Wegmans for a couple of years.
Okay.
My goodness, in the early 80s, when they first started building, when they first came out with the stores, I worked at one that was 4 or 5 miles down the road from me. And then I ended up eventually meeting my wife, and we had two boys, and trying to juggle a job where you'd go in at 10 o'clock at night and leave the store at 10 o'clock in the morning got to be rough as far as the sleep aspect and,
Mm-hmm.
getting enough rest and having the kids and missing out on a lot because of that. But I'll never forget because the gentleman that I worked with in that particular store, which is Pittsburgh Palmyra store, Parrington, he had looked at me when I was ready to leave and said, "Don't go. Whatever you do, just don't leave." And lo and behold, he's a big shot now in the main bakery for the company. And
Oh
it's,
my
it's a
gosh.
career I wish I could have pursued because I do have a passion for food. I have a passion for cooking, a passion for baking. I went to school for cooking for 2 years out of high school.
Oh wow.
I enjoyed I do it at home now. I still cook for a family of four, even though there's two of us. So I have to force feed the neighbors to take some of it when it's left over. But that's part of me right there. Cooking and baking is a huge thing.
Wow. Well, Greg, I'm a baker myself. What do you like to bake?
Well, you believe it or not, you're going to think I'm kooky right off the bat, but I have sheet pans the size you would have in the back of a restaurant kitchen.
Okay.
And I make brownies and cookies and different things in those sheet pans. And what I do with those is I live in a very condensed area here where there is a McDonald's, a KFC, a Dunkin' Donuts, a Burger King, and I bring those sheets of brownies and stuff up to those hard workers that work their butts
Oh
off that don't get a lot of
wow.
appreciation. And in the wintertime, I like to do that. I like to surprise them and bring them in sheets of stuff. And I did it a lot last winter, and it's just
That's
rewarding to see
nice.
them all, happy about that. That somebody showing a little care for what they're doing because they work pretty hard.
They do. They absolutely do. Well, your DT family over here wants some of them brownies.
I make some good ones for sure. There's no doubt about it. I won't brag, but I do.
Listen, we take shipping. We'll pay.
That's okay. That's all right. I deliver that.
So, Greg, are you the only child?
Yes and no. I have stepbrothers and stepsisters.
Okay.
Most everybody, I got a stepbrother and a stepsister, and most everybody else is passed at this point. But I've got a
Sorry to hear
beautiful
that.
family. I got a wonderful wife of 40 years, almost 40 years,
Oh,
38, I think we're going on right now. And I got two young men in their 30s that we raised that turned out to be wonderful human beings, and three wonderful grandkids.
hey.
I got enough things to keep me busy in the downtime.
There you go. Well, what is the best piece of advice a family member has ever given you?
The best advice. Well, my father would say all the time, he was a World War II Battle of the Bulge vet, and he would say, you know what, no matter what you do out there, just do the best that you can. And that's all you can do.
Do your best.
And that's
I
it.
love it. So, my last question to you, Greg, do you so happen to have a bucket list?
Uh, as far as what travel or what I'd like to do in my life,
Something you would like to do in your life before
I'd
you
like to
go?
get to Europe someday because that's
Mm.
where my mother was born. And that's where some of my ancestors still live, which I've never even met.
Oh,
And
wow.
they're over in Germany somewhere. And it'd be nice to visit Europe someday and get over and see some of them. But for me, born out of wedlock, I wasn't here on purpose. Let's put it that way. But
We
I'm
never
glad it
are.
worked out the way it did. But no, I'd love to get to Europe sometime, and it's a beautiful place as far as pictures that I've seen and stuff. And
It is.
it'd be nice someday to get there.
Wow. Well, I always have a bonus question for you. I might got two for you. It just depends on what Ben has for you.
It's fine,
But
whatever you want to ask me, Scott.
so my first question to you as being a bonus question, what do you think has made you so successful on the Deliver That platform?
Well, I never looked at it myself as being successful at the platform. I looked at, like I told you before, I look at it like it's my own business. I just each and every day just go out and do the best that you can. Just go out there and smile and be early. That's a big thing for me. I mean, two things that I pride myself on, and that's being early for the pickup, regardless, the situation, and communication. I mean, communication to me tops aboard everything. And that's the biggest thing I think with you guys that I love is the fact that, if there's anything to be communicated, you guys are right there, which is great.
That's our one of our biggest things too. We focus on communication. But let me ask you this, Ben. What's another question you have for Greg?
I got I don't he said he's near the Buffalo Bills, so we're riding in Rochester's around the Buffalo area. I just want to know where's the best Buffalo wing spot in Buffalo.
Well, you know what? I'm not in Buffalo. Let's see, I'm about 20 minutes southeast southeast of Rochester. And I'm about 10 minutes away from St. John Fisher College, where Buffalo opens up their football camp in 2 days.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm not positive, but I thought I'd ask a couple of questions when I was at my Wegmans on Monroe Avenue yesterday to see about where did they get the food catered to the college, why the Bills are here, and it's Monroe Avenue Wegmans. And I thought that was interesting to know. Now I don't know how many orders they did last year or what they've done in the previous years, but
Uh huh.
Wegmans being a partner of the Buffalo Bills, that's where a lot of it comes from. And I'm not sure if it's catered or not. The one woman believed that some of it, yes, was done by DoorDash last year. So it'll be interesting. If I think I'll get real lucky if I can get a delivery to the camp, that would be kind of cool.
That'll be cool. Make sure you take some really good pictures too.
Yeah. Oh, I can get all the pictures you want. It's funny because every year it gets harder and harder to even go to a practice, here. I mean, there's just
Wow,
so
really?
many people interested and so many fans here that it's tough to get in there to see them. But I've done it. I've raised my kids, and we used to be able to go to these things for practically nothing. Now it's almost as fast as it's the game, the camp is. So they've
Yep.
got a huge area which is on the side football field where they set up all kinds of toys and almost like a miniature carnival for the kids to be able to play on and do stuff on. And
Wow, that's really
the
nice.
players are always available for signing, so it's kind of nice.
That is real cool. Wow. So Ben really just wants to know who has the best wings.
Who has the best wings? Wegmans has got the best wings. What else am I going to say? That's where I get mine all the time. I mean, I'm being honest. They've jumbo wings and they're the best. Now, far as any place else, you want to go to the Anchor Bar. That's the main Buffalo Bills wing spot, and that would be
Anchor
in
bar.
Buffalo. I don't even
Heard for
know if
that.
there's an Anchor Bar in Rochester. There might be somewhere, but I've never been to it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you again taking time out, Greg, to let us get to know you outside of being a DeliverThat driver. But definitely, it's been very, very nice getting to know you. Again, it looks beautiful outside. We appreciate your hard work and dedication. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, peace.
Guys, thanks for having me and spending some time.